So today we do have square body, a beautiful Stepside square body that is making its rounds. It has some upgraded rear springs now. Customer had purchased this truck about a week, maybe 10 days ago or so, and said, hey, I just noticed that it had blocks in the back. Is there a possibility you could squeeze it in and upgrade the springs? Let me know what that cost. And I was like, sure. Thankfully, Daniel was able to source the springs, because availability of springs right now, though we would love to have hundreds of sets in stock, availability of springs is really tough on the rear of these trucks, because there are different lengths and there's different things that we've talked about in the past. But he was able to get a set of Skyjackers under here to go to no block. Got nice fresh hardware, because the old hardware is typically frozen and very problematic to get out. And also, this guy said I could do it at home. And yes, most anybody could put rear springs in at home, and not to doubt his ability, but I said, you know what? Let's try to knock this out before you get it, because I don't think you're going to want the frustrations that come along with it. And for those that have never experienced that, when you take the rear bolt out, you see those gold bolts. When you go to take that out, the reason we always do new hardware is, one, it looks good, but those bolts don't always come out. Sometimes they are frozen in the spring. So you got a bolt, then you got a piece of metal, then you got a spring, then you got a piece of metal, and you got a nut. Well, if it doesn't come past there, you can wail on it and hit it and heat it and do everything. A lot of times it won't come out of that bushing. That bolt and that bushing have vulcanized themselves together with time and rust. So sometimes it's just not a success, and that has to be cut or torched. Becomes a problem, and it's not something that somebody wants to deal with in their yard. I remember back in the day, one of my first sets of rear springs before we even had a shop, and they were a disaster. And what should have been a couple, 3 hours worth of work ended up taking 2 or 3 days, because we just didn't have the stuff we needed. I broke a bunch of Sawzall bits. So I'm glad we were able to accommodate that for him and get that done. And that truck is just about ready to, well, it's actually now it is ready to ship. So Mike has got it on the network, and hopefully we'll get that out of here. The topless Jeep. Chris is pretty proud of her thumbnail she's been working on, and that was truly not an AI, well, AI produced, but the thumbnail was real. The customer had lost it. So every now and then you'll see us get on the edge of, what do you call it, Trista? Clickbait. But we try to always be sincere. So that customer had forgotten about that Jeep. We were able to get it picked up because he moved out of state, and recondition it, which took nothing but a wash job, a oil change, and a state inspection. It is truly a 36,000 mile Rubicon, Davis Off-Road installed lift kit, long arm system, BDS equipment, Fox shocks, upgraded locking hubs, way more than meets the eye. And it's a 2-door rust-free Jeep, which is also amazing. Now, it has already now been undercoated and undercarriage sprayed, but I did you guys a video beforehand, so you knew that we weren't hiding anything. This is also in the coming soon section. We talked about it briefly, but now it is basically about ready. So AJ is photographing it in the next hour. We'll get it on the coming soon section. Probably going to post it on Instagram with a reel. It's going to go over really well. Want you guys' opinion. One thought we've had on this truck, because it does have the fender well trim, it does have polished wheels, it has just enough chrome and stainless. I really think this truck would be nice with the side trim. You guys saw that black 1-ton that we did recently, or the black half-ton we did recently, that went from no trim to adding that trim. That's not cheap to do, and it's also a challenge to do right. I've had multiple guys off the channel reach out, how do y'all make it not fall off? Preparation, 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 and we also add a multitude of extra adhesive to make it stay on, because out of the box, it will not stay on. My guy John also has it down to a science on how to angle it, because if you run it here and then you run it here and you don't do it right, as soon as you open the door, they're going to hit each other. And then this one's going to pucker and fall slam off in the parking lot. Seen it happen. So you have to experience and do it. He's done, I don't know how many now, but he's been through more rolls than most people go through rolls of toilet paper of trim. So this is going to be a good truck. It's a very solid truck. I've climbed underneath of it. It's got fresh tanks. You guys saw it. Just one of the videos is already loaded, right? Oh yeah, this is the one that you went to the gas door instead of the gas tank. Okay, so we have loaded that one. The Ramcharger, getting ready to go across. It's going to hang out with the square bodies. It's probably going to get ridiculed for being different. It's not the same, but picked on. It'll probably get picked on. It'll get bullied because there are a couple bullies in the building that you guys haven't seen, and we probably we'll try to get to them today. But we got some other stuff to go over next door. So one thing a lot of you guys may or may not know that aren't in business or have never owned a business, or building, I should say, not so much a business, is signage. So you would think signage is just you spend more, you get more, and you do what you want. But unfortunately, here in Chesterfield County anyway, you are regulated on your signage. That sign was put there well over 30 years ago. So to do it today, they may not even allow that sign to be there. Setbacks, other things. Well, because of the fact that my dad handled some of those things over the years, and I really didn't, because I didn't really care about a sign, you know. Internet to me is a sign, right? Your business is your website. That's your sign. But I quickly learned that there are some rules and regulations to signs. This one was no problem because it was existing. Our little sign over there has been fine because it was existing. But this building had a sign on the front that said cleaning systems. It was a pressure washing place. It said cleaning systems. It didn't say cleaning sales. It said cleaning systems. And they sold pressure washers. So I said, well, I took the sign off there. It was kind of like block letters. It's not going to be any problem to put something back. So I initiated the sign company. I okayed spending money that I really didn't want to spend on a sign. Because again, I think about signage being our website, signage being our brand, signage being our merchandise, signage being our Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and everything else. YouTube. But lo and behold, to get a sign is a lot more trouble than you think. So we applied for outline signage, Davis Auto Sales. And it actually came back with some controversy. I love our county. Love everything about it. We live in it. We work in it. We worship in it. We have property scattered across it. My whole family and extended family pretty much lives in Chesterfield County. So I was a little disheartened. The sign guy said, it's no problem. Let me go back and find out why. The sign was there before. Sign should be able to go back there. Now, sometimes if you take something down and a year goes by, but it hadn't been that long. So he was just as curious as me. So turns out the part sales threw him off. So when we get our sign today, I don't even know if it's going to say sales. I told him to do what he had to do. I wanted something on there that at least said Davis. And the reason for that is I like identifying our properties, like across the road. We got an itty bitty little sign. We're getting ready to work on that too, but we're working on it day by day, step by step. But the word sales was a problem. And the reason is the county wants apartment complexes and they want Walmarts and they want corporate. And they don't really like the smaller business because in a lot of cases, smaller business doesn't do the right thing. They all agree. Every building we have is very nice and landscaped, and I mean, just within hours of owning that building, within hours of owning this building, I over here cutting weeds, taking the chainsaw, grabbing the pressure washer, disturbing Alvin to start cleaning, getting my paint crews ready. I like things looking great. This was dilapidated. That was beyond dilapidated, but we'll get to that in a whole nother video. But you want to talk about something crazy, like that thing had trees grown up where you couldn't even get stuff moved. But today we will get our sign. And I'll do another little clip here in a minute before they show up. And then we're going to do a clip after they show up. And I'm hoping to be surprised at how this thing turns out, because it was a lot of money that I didn't really want to spend. But I feel like marking the building and the way we did the lettering is going to be very tasteful and nice. Well, it looks like we made some good use of some space. Trista's first time seeing this. My first time seeing this since it's been completed. So brighten it up with some LED lights, white walls, insulated, black trim, and they did a great job. They did not have to go to all this effort. I told them not to go too crazy, but they did a rather fantastic job, I do have to say. So we've still got some trim outs and some cleaning about electrical and some other things to do, but it's a work in motion. I did have to just slow Mom down a little bit because she's been fast pacing tremendously, which we need to do. We've been dragging our feet over here because contractors and other things have just been a little bit of a struggle. But I am pleased to say, and we still got a lot of wires, and we still got a lot of things. Uh-oh. We don't have any lights. Oh, yeah. I wonder why. Well, but we are getting somewhere. So we miscommunicated a little bit. Mom really wanted us to be in here for the open house. We will have tremendous progress made before the open house, but I don't know that we'll make the transition. But that's real life, guys. You are seeing in real life. You are understanding we live in a real world of things. Oh, I thought I heard noise.
I thought it was like a rat.
Yeah. It's a Calvin. We even have a 3-wheeler that's done popped up in here. But, wow, that thing's really cool. If you guys ever seen one of these, please let me know, because I've never seen another one. That'll be displayed with its twin actual full-size brother. But Calvin's getting a desk and some chairs put together. If nothing else, we're going to get Mom moved over here. We're going to get her in place because she is happy and excited to have a private office. She's happy and excited that we're expanding. All of us are. But we have to have some realistic timeline. And as busy as things are right now, I don't want to have excuses for customers. Hey, we were closed, or hey, we were shut down, or hey, our phones didn't work. I want this place to be fully operational, and then we just decide one day, we're ready. Let's tackle it. On a day that we don't have 3 or 4 vehicles leaving or 3 or 4 vehicles arriving, we got to plan it out, pace it out, and get it done. So she has done a phenomenal job getting this stuff done. She has been working extremely hard on all the projects. She has taken this completely over as her task, but it's going to turn out great. We're going to make sure her office is phenomenal. I've got a couple little things she doesn't even know about, some technology things that she's going to have in there that are going to be really cool, but don't want to spoil the surprise because she'll watch this video. But the sign today is going to be the ultimate highlight. And we got some square bodies to show you too. So a lot going on. Calvin's getting some things done in the AC because it feels way better in here than it does outside. It is hot today. Well, this is the last time you guys are going to see the building looking like this. Get a good look right here. And there we go. They made short work of that. Unfortunately, it's not going to light up tonight because we don't have a photo eye and we don't have it wired. But I do want to thank the county for being patient, helping us through this process, because we love Chesterfield. We love it immensely. And we think our sign looks great. We wouldn't do it if it looked stupid. And I know a lot of times that's why they have to regulate things. But that couldn't be cooler. And I left this little spot right here. So if we did want to put like a little painted sign, not a lighted sign, because we didn't got to go through the whole process again. But we could put like a little cool sign right there of some sort. So it's all spaced out really nicely. And then we got more room here for other things. You have to get a permit for a banner, believe it or not, but I do think we're going to get a 50th anniversary banner for there. We'll go through the process. It is what it is. But I'm very, very, very pleased with how it turned out. One more step in the right direction. Man, this building is coming along really well. Well, this truck has been very popular, and we have not decided on it getting sold yet or not. It is a beautiful truck with an LSX 454. We will do a full dedicated video about it, but Trista can scroll around it real quick just so you guys can see some of the crazy attention to detail. It's got a set of stretched Weld wheels, 35s, basically a 1.0 setup height-wise. A lot of powder coat, a lot of paint, and one of the craziest sounding motors. Just incredible. An LSX is an amazing motor. Nice interior, and one thing I did want to show on this truck is the one-piece windows. No window. And you can also you can take a selfie without a mirror or without a selfie side of the phone. It is slick. It's a really cool truck. Of course, an extremely high-end truck, and we're very undecided on what the next step will be, but twin stick shifters for the transfer case, the ratchet shifter for the transmission, digital display on the dash, a fully custom interior, and all the little attentions to details are just incredible. Just super incredible. So anyway, that's more to come on this one. And while I'm out here, we're going to touch on two more things. One, the red, getting ready to transport to Nebraska. You guys saw it in the video yesterday, and it did sell, and it is going to Nebraska. Crazily enough, this truck came from Nebraska, made its way towards the East Coast, and now it's headed back. And this is the second purchase from this customer within the month. He's also the lucky owner of the '79 brown Ford that we had. We're testing this mic today, so if we go staticky, we know we can't go that far apart. You could actually still a little bit see where the Nebraska sticker was on the back, but it's faded. You're not going to be able to see it with the light right now. But turned out great. Really happy it's going to him because he just wanted an actual driver condition truck. We were able to put a nice, quick, easy deal together. Asked him if he wanted us to go further with other things. He was like, nope, just ship it to me so I can drive and enjoy it. So that's what we're going to do. But even though he didn't ask for anything extra, I did have Alvin go ahead and spend all day touching up as many spots on the bottom as he could so the little rock nicks don't rust. He went ahead and did the undercarriage of the truck, a few things that we did not plan to do, but we had the time to do it, so we did it. And of course, the controversial spray and bed liner got done. But I'm going to tell y'all one other thing. I get a lot of emails, I get a lot of text messages, I get a lot of personal stuff shared with us about trucks and transactions and things like this. So twofold on this. One, we'll give AJ and Trista, of course, too, because she helped transact this deal. But a truck we sold recently, customer just sent me an email and said how much he appreciated everything that AJ did to get him pictures and videos. He was purchasing from sight unseen. He was uncomfortable doing that. He sent him everything he wanted. Transportation was a little complicated. Didn't go as fast as we wanted it to, but it got done. He got his truck. And then he went on to tell me a story about losing his father. And it really choked me up a lot because I responded to that email. And I always try to respond to every text and every email possible unless it gets lost in spam. This was the second one today where the customer, but he went a little bit more in detail about selling a truck that he inherited from his father, using that money to buy this truck, and how much it meant to him and how hard it is for him. His father's only been gone about a year-ish. It was 2025. Mine's been gone since 2020. And it doesn't get any easier. People say it gets easier with time. It doesn't get any easier. And I told him a little story about what happened to my dad. And it's hard. But getting that email from him, getting the email from the other customer, almost the same thing. Like, Jeb, I appreciate so much what you do. The videos are so nice to watch. We're not going to stop watching just because we bought a truck. We're going to continue to watch. The first fella, he was like, I'm just going to start drooling more and want more trucks, you know. And then the second fellow was like, hey, I'm happy with it. I received it. Told me all about it. Sent some pictures, and I think I'm going to collage a few things together. There goes Daniel rolling out with one. So unfortunately, the audio cut out, guys. Now we're back to no mic. It is hot. An hour has passed. Tristan went to clip all this together. We had no audio. These are the things that happen in a day's time. But where I was saying is, I think I'm going to collage some of this stuff together, because some days when you're having that pull your hair out moment, you got some people that just aren't patient or don't understand the process. Having some of these great text messages, which I've had another one since those two emails. I had a text message of a guy that received his truck yesterday. It shipped out almost a week ago, but unfortunately, the transporter had some trailer trouble getting to him, and he was communicated with. He knew what was going on, but he was very impatient. He wanted his truck. But he got his truck. He loved it. He said it was worth the wait. Said it brings back so many memories, and guys, that is what it's all about. Even though this is a business for us, it has to produce paychecks for the employees. Having customer relations and having memories brought back to people means more than anything. Our equipment, our tow trucks, everything else, that stuff sells, and it's a big part of our business, bigger than the square bodies. But you know, people just buy it and they go to work with it and you never hear from them again, so they need another one. The extra little bit of appreciation with a square body truck goes a long way, and that is what makes us get up in the morning and be excited about what we do. I don't know what else to say. We appreciate it. We appreciate you guys and girls. Had several female customers recently. We appreciate you following. We appreciate your support on here. Whether you're buying a t-shirt from us, or you're buying a super expensive piece of equipment, or a super expensive truck, or just a customer across the street waiting on me right now for a $3,500 piece of equipment, every customer is just as important to us, and it means a lot. So thank you guys. Thanks for y'all out there that know who I'm talking about in these text messages and these emails from today. I'll try to do more with them in the future. I'll try to get some of them put together so that I can save them. Maybe we'll do a little collage with them. It was really nice of this fellow to send the truck that his dad allowed him to inherit, that he sold to buy his truck. There's just so many good feeling things that happen in a day's time, along with all the stressful things, but we make it happen here at Davis Auto Sales in Richmond, Virginia. We'll see you guys tomorrow.